Alright, so what I want to do is I want to get a close-up detail view of the foundation area. So I'm going to go back to the section view. I'm going to go into it by looking at the view instead of on the sheet. So I'm going to double click on that view. That makes the view active without the sheet. And I'm going to create a new view. It's called be a call out. If we click on the call out, we have rectangle or sketch, and I want to use just the rectangle call out and put a call out around the section of the wall here. Then I'll pull this call out button over here onto this side. Let me see if I do that better. There we go. So I'm going to set that up like that. Put a little hook in it so that's level. And this is now a separate view. And we could make adjustments to how wide it is. That separate view we want shown on a new sheet and on below the detail view that I had, but you can see it shows up here as section 1 call out. So I'm going to rename section 1 and call that just section. And then I'm going to rename this and call this T-type or frost wall detail. Okay. Now I can go to that foundation plan and detail page, and I can drag and drop the frost wall detail onto this page. Now it automatically set this to 1/2 inch equals a foot because the section is quarter, so it's going to double the size. I want to just see if this will fit at 3/4, because that's just a little bit bigger and a little bit easier to read. And I think if I'm a little bit more careful about where those views are, that will fit. So I'm going to keep that new scale, and we'll move this detail view here up, maybe even make adjustments to our crop region so we can give ourselves a bit more room. That looks like that's going to work. I think that's going to be fine. So now we have our foundation plan, which we're going to end up adding some windows in here and dimensions. We have our detail, okay? So in the detail, we're going to add a whole bunch of annotation. So let's just add some windows, and I'm going to add architectural windows that are set up for basement windows, and I think casement with double trim. No, we want to load windows, and we're looking for, do they have basement windows here? Well, let's go ahead and make them awning windows. That will work just fine too, but we're going to make a type of awning window that's going to be wider than it is tall. So I want like maybe I want to start with the 36 by 24, but I'm going to edit the type, duplicate it, and change that to 30 inches by 12 inches, and then we can change the height to 12 inches here and the width to 30 inches here. And we'll just going to put a few of these in place. Now you're not going to see them at first. I'll show you why in a minute. Alright, this is also going to be important that we adjust our depth here once since we've done that. So I'm going to go to that 3D view, and I want to select, I basically want to select all the windows down here. So I'm just going to put a crossing window around all that stuff, filter it out, and just pick windows out, and that should grab all the foundation windows. Let's see if it did. Yes. And I want to move all of those foundation windows so that they are right at the top of the foundation wall. So the sill height has been set to 3 feet. I'm going to try 3 feet 6. That's a little bit too tall, so it's 3 feet 3. And that looks like it's just about right. And I also have to make adjustments to my grade and my wall height, right? I will get rid of the windows underneath the porch here. So in order for these windows to be exposed, I might have to go back to my front elevation, and I might push grade, for instance, down. Let's try negative 2'6". Okay, and then I want to push my foundation wall down an additional 4 feet to that one. So what I like to do here, because I think I'm less likely to make a mistake when I do this, is I put a dimension between them, select the level I want to move, and we can change that to 4 feet, because that's going to go 4 feet below grade at least, right? And it looks like that means we've got to take our windows and move them up again, because since we added 4 feet to the wall height here, we've got to push those windows back up or change their sill height. All right, now I can go back to my plan view, foundations, and well, it looks like I had to go to the 3D view. I want to get rid of these windows underneath the porch. We don't need those. And then I've also got to adjust my site. So I'm going to go to the site view, select the topography, edit the surface, and I want to grab by holding down the control key, I can grab all 4 of those nodes there and make that negative 2'6" rather than negative 1'6". We'll apply those filters, changes, and when I go back to that front elevation, now I have enough room up here for my windows once I've adjusted the window height. So I'm going to grab all the windows this way, and we'll try a height of 4 feet 3. That looks like that worked. I'm not sure why. Oh yeah, that's right. We got rid of the windows in the front, so we're all set. We go to our 3D view. That's what it should look like. So we have our windows clearing the grade like that all the way around. And now we're going to have some natural ventilation inside of our crawl space. Okay? All right, so in the next video, now this is common too. You got to make adjustments while you're working with the project. The next video we'll add our annotation.